All right, we've got some really exciting news for Braves fans. We have an exciting new
What does
partnership
it
that we want
mean
to share
to
with
enter a
you,
multi-year deal?
is starting on Peachtree TV, our sister station. So in case you missed this major announcement, your Atlanta Braves are coming to Peachtree TV. So this is a brand new multi-year deal between our parent company, Gray Media, the Atlanta Braves, and FanDuel Sports Network, which is going to bring the Braves back to broadcast television. This move will bring several spring training and regular season games to Peachtree TV, giving you a place to watch your favorite team all for free. And, you know, this multi-year deal is going to bring Braves baseball to 24 different Gray television markets all across 6 different states. That means more than 15 million households. Gray Media Chairman and CEO Hilton Howell talked to our sports director, Bailey Burmaster, about why Braves fans are the real winners in this deal.
What does it mean to enter a multi-year deal with the Atlanta Braves?
Oh, Bailey, it's a game changer. It is impossible for me to over-exaggerate the excitement that I have personally, and I think that our viewers are going to have the Braves, America's team, returning to broadcast television, free television.
When you look at this deal, why the Braves? What is it about this organization that sticks out to you?
They are just one of the greatest sports teams, and they were the first great professional sports team to really take what we all call Braves Nation by storm. I moved to Atlanta in '91, and you know, they kind of had a big season that year. And I've watched them ever since, and it's just fantastic because you can show up in Seattle and you'll see folks with a Braves hat on, and they're not from Atlanta or Georgia or the South. They're from all over the country, and so the Braves have fans everywhere.
With this partnership, what can you say about the accessibility for fans? Because Gray Television has a lot of TV markets, which is a lot of eyeballs.
Well, for the first time in history, because of consolidation, we're going to be bringing the Braves to free broadcast television in 24 markets across Braves Nation for free. And that's really exciting. And another piece of this that I like is that we get 10 games that are in the preseason. And so, you know, you're going to have an opportunity to talk to the, in a more free-form sort of format, and where you can bring the excitement of the players and the roster and what they're going to do in 2025.
You talked a lot about the coverage just there. Obviously, the regular season games are big, but there's also 10 spring training games.
Yes.
How crucial was that in this partnership?
Well, I mean, I think it's absolutely wonderful because a lot of that didn't make it onto television in the past, and I think that it's going to be something a lot of people are really going to want to watch. And I'm excited about all the different sort of creative ways that you guys are working on to bring it and to make it accessible, because that's the key for sports in my personal judgment. And as a company, Gray has been really fortunate. We've got a wonderful footprint, and we have started really, the first big sports franchise was the Suns in Arizona, and we've kind of come to the East Coast. We went through and did, a lot of basketball teams, and we've got the Pelicans going out throughout the Gulf Coast states, and now we get the Braves, our first baseball team, and it's in our hometown. You have no idea. I mean, I can barely stand here. I'm so excited.
For the first time since 2013, the Braves will return to Peachtree TV. People remember it as Ted Turner's legendary Channel 17. What does it mean to get back to the roots a little bit?
Oh, I think it's huge. I'm an old history guy, and I love, the story and the roots and how it all began. And it was Ted Turner taking this thing on cable nationwide, and WTBS, the superstation. And then when TBS and then Peachtree was created and they're split apart, and they were on Peachtree TV, and we're thrilled to have them back. I mean, just beyond thrilled.
Simply put, what do you want to say to fans? Because this is something that's a benefit to them.
Well, buckle up. You can get it anyway and enjoy your Braves, because we're proud to bring them to you. And like everything we do in Gray, and certainly here at Atlanta News First, we try to give the viewers what they need and want. And who can't want to see the Braves? I'm just rooting for the team. I hope they have the best season. I hope we make it through the World Series.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, everybody in Atlanta, well, I can't say everybody because there's a lot of transplants.
Most.
People in Atlanta, yes, most people are very, very excited for this.
That is pretty incredible, Joy, because when you think about, obviously, the impact that the Braves have had just here in Atlanta the past couple of years, but especially with that World Series win in 2021, it would be nice if we could see something like that happen again now that they're going to be televising a lot of those games on Peachtree TV.
Yeah, and you know what? Even the people who hate the Braves, they want to watch it too because they want to watch the
Yes.
competition.
Come on. Win-win for everybody, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So they can watch all around the nation, even if they're rooting against the Braves.
That is right. So speaking of sports, Joy, we have to talk about another Atlanta team, your Atlanta Falcons, making a major move regarding their quarterback, Kirk Cousins. He's on the bench now. So they have decided to turn to rookie Michael Penix Jr. as their starting quarterback. But here's what's so interesting. Kirk Cousins is a veteran quarterback, 36 years old. And you may remember that the Falcons actually signed him to a 4-year, $180 million contract during the offseason. $100 million of that $180 is guaranteed. And this was all happening before selecting Penix, which was number 8 overall in the NFL draft. So the Falcons are 7-7 right now after they ended a 4-game losing streak Monday night in Las Vegas against the Raiders. But the 36-year-old Cousins has thrown 9 picks over the past 5 years and leads the NFL with 16 interceptions. So even if you don't follow football and you don't know what in the world I was just talking about, bottom line is we're talking about a rookie quarterback now taking over for what was a veteran quarterback, Kirk Cousins. And you can say what you want to say, but Kirk Cousins is still walking away with $100 million. Or I shouldn't say walking away, but he's still on the team, just sitting there on the bench with $100 million guaranteed. So I don't know, Joy. It might be maybe you feel some kind of way if you get cut, but it didn't change your check.
Oh, correct. Absolutely. And he doesn't really have to do anything for it. Just sit there.
Must be nice just to get a little piece of that, right? All right, well, let's talk about some very positive news here in the Metro. We know that Santa soon will be making his way to the Metro Atlanta, but it looks like he already decided to make a stop, spreading some holiday cheer at a Metro Atlanta hospital. Here's a look at him at Wellstar Cobb Medical Center in the NICU. Santa and Mrs. Claus decided to come on out and meet some of the hospital's tiniest patients to create some heartwarming moments. And, you know, as a newer dad, it's kind of crazy because I remember when my baby wasn't that small because, you know, he wasn't in the NICU, but just a smaller baby. And now he's just walking around, getting around everything. He actually kind of understands a little bit about Christmas, and I think he's getting excited about it.
How old is he now?
He'll be 2 in a couple of months.
Oh, my goodness.
And
How
the
did
time
that
is
happen?
flying, right? So when I see those pictures of these little babies, I'm like, oh, my gosh, I remember when.
Yeah, and hopefully he's going to see Santa Claus soon, right?
I think he's coming. He's coming to town.
He's coming. That's what I heard. He's coming to town. That's why I'm being nice.
Yes, no cold for you, right, Joy?
All right. Well, thank you so much, Brooke.
Thanks, Joy.
Baptiste. All right. You know, while people are shopping for the holidays, because maybe Santa doesn't bring everything for you, we have a little bit of a warning because we know that a lot of online shoppers rely on reviews to make a good decision about what they want to purchase. Well, Atlanta News First consumer investigator Better Call Harry found out not every review is legitimate.
You may not want to believe it, but I've stopped relying on customer reviews, positive and negative, because I can't tell what's real or what's AI. There's even a market for businesses and sellers where they can buy their reviews. And what about paid reviews? Our expert says it happens all the time.
There's so much fakery out there. The problem is so much worse than most people are aware of. And now, with artificial intelligence entering the scene, the landscape is even more murky.
Kay Dean is a former federal investigator turned consumer advocate.
I'm here to tell you the online review world is the Wild West.
Her YouTube channel, Fake Review Watch, educates consumers and exposes violators.
And consumers and honest businesses are being harmed.
We talked to her in August when the Federal Trade Commission came out with a new rule that strengthened its ability to punish fake review offenders. It's a positive move, except for the loophole that gives third-party social media platforms like Instagram, Google, Yelp, and Facebook a pass. Reviews and ratings are everything to third-party sites. The verified reviews on Amazon add credibility, but Dean says some sellers know how to boost the numbers. Here's what Dean received after she bought a cell phone charger on Amazon. It happened last year, right before Christmas.
First-hand experience. I received this in the mail. I redacted the name. after my purchase, asking me to leave a 5-star review, and then I would get a $15 Amazon card in exchange. And they asked me to take a picture of it and then email it to them. Of course, I did not.
For $15, a lot of people do write positive reviews, whether they like them or not. Independent sellers on Poshmark, Etsy, Instagram, and TikTok rely on reviews. Personally, I'd rather see a video showing me the product and what it does. My go-to for major manufacturers is still the nonprofit online magazine Consumer Reports. You know what else is reliable? Friends, family, and neighbors. I'm Better Call Harry. Atlanta News First investigates.
And more on that and all of our top stories on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. Also by downloading our free Atlanta News First app as well, which you can get updates right to your phone. Now back to local news live. Thanks for joining us.